everyone. Today our topic for discussion is an empire across the three continents. So my dear students, as we know that an empire across the three continents, Europe, Asia and Africa, is known as Roman Empire. As we know that this Roman Empire is ancient, one of the ancient empire of the world. It was founded by Octavian Augustus. Octavian Augustus laid the foundation of Roman Empire on 27 BC. 27 BC, and this empire lasted up to 476 AD. 476 AD. This Roman Empire as one of the oldest empire, one of the greatest empire of ancient world, founded by Augustus. As we know that Augustus, his rule from we see that his rule lasted from 31 BC to 14 C Common Era. 14 Common C Common Era. So Augustus, he was also called the Principate. He also called the Principate or Principe. Principate or Principe means the leading citizen. The leading citizen. So Augustus, he established monarchy. He established monarchy in Rome, and he was an autocratic ruler. And his age is known as the golden age in the history of Rome. So Augustus' age is known as the golden age in the history of Rome, and it was known for peace and prosperity. So Augustus' age is known as age of peace, prosperity and economic development, and Augustus was the sole ruler and only source of authority. The fiction was kept alive. That he was only the leading citizen, not the absolute ruler. This was done out of respect for the Senate. As we know that this Rome, it was earlier, before the foundation of Roman Empire, it was under the control of Senate. So the Senate was an elected body, governing and advisory assembly of the aristocracy. Governing and advisory assembly of the aristocracy is known as aristocracy. These were known as Senate. Senate was land-owning class, and they were Italian descent. The Senate, they were the rulers of Rome before the foundation of the Roman Empire. Clear? We see that the Senate. Clear? As we know that earlier, before the foundation of the Roman Empire, Rome was under the control of Senate, and before the Senate, we see that Rome was under the control of Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar was one of the greatest military general of the world. Clear? And he was assassinated by Senate. And Augustus was the adopted son of Julius Caesar. Clear? And we see that this Rome, as we know that it's a present day capital of Italy. It's a modern city. Present day Rome is the capital of Italy. As we know that the Italy is a European country, and this Rome, it was founded by. We see that this Rome, the origin of the Roman Empire can be traced back to the founding of the city of Rome. The city of Rome, it was founded by twin brothers, Remus and Romulus. These two brothers, they laid the foundation of city of Rome 753 BC. Clear? And we see that this Roman Empire, it was a mosaic of territories and cultures that was bound together, a common system of government. All those lived in the empire, they were subjects of a single ruler, but they followed many various cultures, religions, languages and races. So many languages were spoken in the empire, but for the purpose of administration, we see that Greek and Latin were most widely used. Greek and Latin language were mostly used. But we see that many languages were spoken in the empire, because this was a vast empire. The vast stretch of territory was the Roman Empire. Clear? And we see that so far the boundaries of the Roman Empire is concerned. We see that to the north, the boundaries of the empire, it was formed by two great rivers, Rhine and Danube rivers. They formed the northern boundary of the empire. And to the south, we see that the huge expanse of Sahara Desert. The southern boundary of the empire was formed by Sahara Desert. As we know that the Sahara Desert is one of the largest desert of the world. It is कहाँ पे located? African continent में. कहाँ पे है? African continent में. Clear? And we see that to the east, the boundaries of the empire was formed by river Euphrates. As we know that this river Euphrates was responsible for what? For fertile crescent. As we in earlier video we have discussed Mesopotamian civilization, which was civilization between two rivers, Euphrates and Tigris. So Euphrates River, clear? It marked the east boundary of the empire. And to the west, we see that the Atlantic Ocean. To the west, the boundary of the Roman Empire followed by Atlantic Ocean. Clear? So Roman Empire. It was founded by whom? It was founded by Augustus. So the period from 127 BC to 180 AD, 27 BC to 180 AD is known as Pax Romana. The Pax Romana means Roman peace. It was established by whom? It was established by Augustus. He was an autocratic ruler. He established monarchy. Monarchy means a rule of king and queen. Clear? And we see that the vast stretch of territory was the Roman Empire. That's why Roman Empire is called an empire across three continents. And we see that the Mediterranean Sea is called the heart of Roman Empire. Clear? So Roman Empire, it was empire across three continents: Europe, West Asia, North Africa. Clear? It was one of the world's ancient empire, founded by Augustus. Clear? So before Augustus, we see that this Rome was under the control of Julius Caesar. But finally, Julius Caesar was assassinated by whom? He was assassinated by a group of officials were known as Senate. So Senate was responsible for the assassination of Julius Caesar. So every king, he respected Senate because Senate were responsible. These Senates were known as the king's makers. As we know that the Senate, the three pillars of the political history of the Roman Empire were: first was the king, second was the Senate, and third was the army. And we see that this Roman Empire, it was divided into two phases. Early empire and late empire. From the beginning of the empire to 3rd century. Was known as early empire. And from 3rd century to end of the empire is known as late empire. Clear? So this we see that in 3rd century, 1st and 2nd century is known as the century of peace, prosperity and economic development. And during 3rd century, we see that the political instability took place at that time. Political crisis. Clear? And we see that after that, many great rulers, they started rule. And earlier we see that during the time of this Augustus I, we see that the 4th century BC, 4 BC, we see the birth of Jesus Christ. 4th century BC is known for what? The birth of Jesus Christ. So earlier we see that many religions were followed by the people. Late, after 3rd century, we see that the Christianity became the main religion of the Roman Empire. Clear? Roman Empire. Now the sources. So far the sources of the Roman Empire is concerned, we see that the Roman historians have a rich collection of sources to study. And we see that the sources of the Roman Empire, they are broadly categorized into three groups. First, we have a textus. For study of Roman Empire, we have a textus, documents, and material remains. So far the textus is concerned, we see that the texts, they are the histories of the period. Texts are the histories of period written by contemporary historians. And we see that the histories of the period were known as annals. So annals these were the histories of the period. Annals. Written by Roman historians. Clear? And second, documents. Documents include the important source for the study of Roman Empire. Second important is the documents. Documents include inscriptions and papyri. So far the inscription is concerned. Inscriptions, we see as many inscriptions were, they were engraved on stone, copper plate. Clear? Inscriptions, the study of inscription known as paleography. Clear? So inscriptions, they were usually cut on stone. And we have a large number of inscriptions. There are a large number of surviving inscriptions, both in Greek and Latin language. We have a large number of inscriptions for study of Roman Empire in Greek and Latin language. So far the material remains is concerned, we see that we have buildings, monuments, and other kinds of structures, pottery, coins, etc. Clear? And we see that the Roman Empire, it was one of the oldest, greatest empire of the ancient world, founded by Augustus first. Many important rulers of Roman Empire. First we see Augustus and his adopted son second, Tiberius, the greatest ruler, Trajan, Marcellus Aurelius, Constantine the Great, and Justinian. So far the Constantine the Great is concerned, he laid the foundation of the Constantinople, the present day Istanbul, the Constantinople city is known as present day Istanbul. Istanbul is a present day city of Turkey. Clear? So आज की वीडियो में बस इतना ही. सो डियर स्टूडेंट, नेक्स्ट वीडियो में हम डिस्कस करेंगे सोसाइटी एंड रिलीजन के बारे में, सोसाइटी एंड रिलीजन ऑफ रोमन एम्पायर. सो वीडियो को देखने के साथ साथ चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना ना भूलिए.